Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Saturday morning. As always, a coffee kind of morning. I need some more. Hope everyone's doing well. Going to be revisiting another band today. Amazing progressive rock band. One of my favorite rock bands for sure. Progressive rock bands. This is Gentle Giant. Okay. The wonderful British progressive rock band, only active for 10 years between 1970 and 1980, but remarkable stuff. I've got all their albums except their second album. I've got to find it somewhere. Every member a multi-instrumentalist, and the band itself had a major cult following. They were never really commercially successful, but they didn't really want to be. They wanted to expand their music to the point of being almost unpopular and complex, which is weird for a band to do so. But that was their decision, that was their choice, and they did it very, very well. Not only progressive rock and rock, their music also included folk and soul and jazz, some classical elements as well. A lot of concept albums in their mixture, which I love as well. And in 2015, they were given a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Progressive Music Awards, I believe in Britain. But yeah, too bad they were short-lived, for sure. This is their debut album that I just showed you. Cover's a little rough, but happy to have it in my collection. It's on the Vertical label, as most of their albums were in the beginning. Released in 1970. You got Gary Green. Did I mention that they were all multi-instrumentalists before I get into the band members? Lead guitars, 12-string guitars, some vocals. Kerry Minnear on keyboards and cello and bass and piano. And then you got the Shulman brothers, Derek Shulman on lead vocals and bass, Phil Shulman on all horns and lead vocals, Ray Shulman on bass and electric guitar, and then you have Martin Smith on drums. Awesome debut album by Gentle Giant. Again, I'm missing their second album, Going for the Taste. I've yet to find it in the wild anywhere, but one day I'll find it, hopefully. But that was released in 1971. It'd also be the last album to feature drummer Martin Smith. He only lasted a short while before leaving the band. I do have their third album. I found an awesome copy of this one. This is Three Friends. Okay. It's a gatefold, so it opens. This is the bottom part of the gatefold. Right, so it's almost like a big poster. This would be the only album to feature Malcolm Mortimer on drums. I believe this is a US cover or Canadian cover. I'm not 100% sure, because there is the UK cover has showing three almost children on the front cover in a cartoon like way. Another concept album about three childhood friends whose lives take them on a different path. Every one of their lives, they kind of go in different directions. And none of the three like their lives. And we never really know if they get back together again. The album doesn't tell you that. Most of the tracks are instrumental. It's a cool concept type of album, for sure. But yeah, it's Three Friends. Their third studio album. Then you have, my notes are backwards here. Here we go. Then we have Octopus. This is their fourth studio album. This was a re-release on the Columbia label. This is the US cover, if I'm not mistaken. And Steven Wilson did an amazing remix in 2015. This is the UK cover of that one. Steven Wilson, of course, creates magic when he does these remixes. It's an awesome, awesome album. The last to feature founding member Phil Schulman on this one, and the first with their new drummer John Weathers. They seem to be going through drummers quite a bit. It's a more of a straight-ahead progressive rock album, and this is really, really good. This one also features excerpts from Octopus Live in 1976, as well as the studio album, which has 8 tracks on it. But yeah, amazing, amazing album, Octopus. Speaking of rough covers, this is In a Glass House, held together by tape. But the vinyl itself, this is on WWA label. You don't see that too often. But In a Glass House, another concept album, their 5th studio album, 1973 release. Based on the saying, those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. It's so true, so true. The record starts off and ends with broken glass. Yeah, that concept is prevalent today as it is throughout life. But another fine album by these guys, In a Glass House. Their 5th album. One of my favorites, The Power and the Glory. I love that cover. Okay. Another concept album. The 6th album, 1974 release. It's about the corruption of power and how it affects the lower people at the bottom, affected by the people at the top. Isn't that true today? Money and power will win no matter what, and that's pretty much the theme of the album. You got proclamation, so sincere, aspirations, playing the game, cogs and cogs, no gods, a man, the face, and the valedictoria. Yeah, you've still got Derek Shulman on vocals and all saxes, Ray Shulman on bass, violin, and vocals, Kerry Manier on keyboards and cello and vocals, Gary Green on all guitars, and John Withers on drums, percussion, and vocals. But amazing, awesome album, and I love that cover. One of my favorite album covers out there. Then you have Freehand. I've got 2 copies because one was a rough copy. So I found another one. It's on the green Capital label. Okay. And I also have a Steven Wilson remix of it. This is 2021 remix of Freehand. Great album, great album. It's a this is the highest charting album of theirs. Reached the top 50 on the Billboard 200 charts, and again with the remix of Steven Wilson working his magic. It's remarkable. Freehand. At number 8, again, for some reason I have 2 copies of this one as well. This is Interview. I don't know where I ended up with this. I think because the cover was a little rough on this one as well, so I replaced it with a better copy. Interview, the 8th album by Gentle Giant. Another concept album. It actually includes interviews on 3 of the tracks, based on question and answers that these guys experienced when talking to the music press. So it became very close to home to them, and they made an album out of it. An interesting album. It's maybe not my most favorite, but it's a cool album just the same. This was a VCLT given to me, and I'm so happy that I received it. This is the missing piece. I was missing this one for a while. Okay. 1977, their 9th studio album. The first side being mostly rock and pop songs, and the second back to their more progressive sound. But beautiful copy. It's got the MoFi sleeve. Thank you so much for that BCLT. Beautiful. I love it. Their 10th album, Giant for a Day. It's on the Purple Capital label. This one you can actually cut out the face and make a mask if you want. I'm not going to do that. It has instructions on how to do it. But again, another mostly pop and rock album, getting away from some of their progressive sounds. The band didn't do a tour for this one. I don't know why. It doesn't really tell you. But they didn't tour for this particular album. But that's their 10th studio album. And finally, their 11th and final album. One of my favorites. This is Civilian. I love the cover. Again, this is a reissue. It's on the Capitol label. But yeah, what a great album. This is mostly harder edge rock music, which, again, my wheelhouse. The 11th album by the band. Unfortunately, after this album, the band would split up after a final tour. But it's unfortunate that they did. But yeah, amazing album. I also have a live album by these guys. This is on the Orange Capital label. This is Fool for a Day. Playing the Fool. Fool for a Day. Isn't that a song? Playing the Fool. Live album based on a European tour. Yeah. Again, all these albums with the rough covers, but awesome sounding. Double album. Happy to have it. Yeah, this is the official live Gentle Giant playing the Fool. Good stuff. And this is a compilation. Man, I'm messing my words up. This is a compilation album. This is Giant Steps, the first 5 years by Gentle Giant. Okay. It's on the Vertical label. What do we have on here? You've got Giant, A la Courte, Nothing at All, Plain Truth, Prologue from Three Friends, A Cry for Everyone, Why Not? And then on side 2, I'm sorry, let me start over again. Record 1, side 1, Giant, A la Carte, Nothing at All, side 2, Plain Truth, Prologue from Three Friends, A Cry for Everyone, and Why Not? Record 2, side 1, Peel the Paint, Mr. Class and Quality, River, The Face, and then on side 2, The Runaway, Power and the Glory, Playing the Game, and In the Glass House. It's amazing shape. It's really good. The vinyl is in awesome shape again on that Vertical label. And there you have it. There is Gentle Giant. If you don't know these guys, definitely check them out. They're an amazing band. And have yourself a great rest of the day. Love you all, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.